Bocchi the Rock is one of my all-time favorite anime for two reasons. One, I love J-pop, and I do the DiCaprio pointing thing every time I spot an Easter egg in the show. Two, my personality is right in the middle between Bocchi and Leo. I cannot enter a restaurant alone, but I also prefer going to a movie in an empty theater, and secretly enjoy it when my friends call me weird. Anyway, in this video I'm going to be focusing on the first reason, specifically on the show's references to the Japanese rock band, Asian Kung Fu Generation, also known as Ajikan, because there are quite a few. So without further ado, let's get started. The most widely known fact about the connection between the anime and the band is that Ajikan inspired the creation of Bocchi the Rock, as the author of Bocchi is a massive fan of theirs. All four members of Keisoku Bando are named after the members of Ajikan: Goto, Kita, Yamada, and Ichichi. Goto Hidori's beloved nickname, Bocchi, is also based on Ajikan's vocalist, Goto Masafumi's nickname, Gochi. And if you read the numbers of the birthdays backward, it's the birthdays of their real-life counterpart. Now, although they also share the same instruments, the roles between the vocalist and main guitarist are switched up in the anime, because, well, Bocchi's not gonna sing, at least not in the show. But it's pretty interesting that, although the vocalist always gets more attention, both in the anime and real life, musically speaking, the guitar of both Keisoku Bando and Ajikan often takes the spotlight. Now that we're done with the characters, let's move on to the show itself. This one might be harder to spot unless you're a fan of Ajikan and pay attention to every aspect of the show, as in the titles of each episode. Almost every episode's title is a reference to Ajikan's songs. Korogaru Bocchi and Kimi ni Asa ga Furu from episodes 1 and 12 are based on the song Bocchi covered for the ending theme of episode 12, Korogaru Iwa Kimi ni Asa ga Furu. Mata Ashita from episode 2 is referring to Sore de wa Mata Ashita, the theme song of the Naruto movie, Road to Ninja. Episode 3 is Hase Sanzu, which is the same pronunciation as the song but different kanji. In episode 4, Dancing Girl became Jumping Girls, because i.e. Kagayake Girls. And I concur. Episode 5 and 6 are basically just a copy and paste of the song names. Then, in episode 7, Kimi no Machi Made became Kimi no Ie Made, so the destination is now more specific. The title of episode 8 is the only one that's original, and for a good reason. What a scene. But then from episodes 9 to 11, the writers probably ran out of ideas and just decided to use the song titles again. As I previously mentioned, Bocchi covered Korogaru Iwa Kimi ni Asa ga Furu for the ending theme of the last episode. The song is one of the few ballads Ajikan has, so it already has a special place within the band's fanbase. But the fact that it's about self-confidence and self-embrace makes it the perfect song for Bocchi the Rock. Hamachiaki sensei, the author of Bocchi, recognized that and specifically asked the showrunner to choose Korogaru Iwa Kimi ni Asa ga Furu for Bocchi's cover. And it is one of the best covers I have ever heard in my life. Although Keisoku Bando had a lot of great songs throughout the show, Korogaru Iwa Kimi ni Asa ga Furu by Bocchi is definitely my favorite song that came out of the show. The care that was put into this rendition is also pretty amazing. The arrangement of the song was kept almost the same as the original, because the producers wanted fans to recognize it as soon as the intro drops. But they also made Bocchi's guitar solo before the bridge flashier than the original, because of her Guitar Hero background. Bocchi's voice actor, Aoyama Yoshino, also did a tremendous job of channeling the character into her performance. Aoyama herself is also a singer, so I'm sure no one would have complained if she just sang it properly. But instead, she and the producers decided that Bocchi's cover isn't just an ending theme or fan service, but a reflection of her journey so far. One more small detail that was done masterfully was her breath. Bocchi has a habit of saying "ah" before she speaks, so they intentionally adjusted her breath in the song to resemble this habit. Although it's not done on purpose, I thought it's pretty interesting that the main guitarists of Keisoku Bando and Ajikan, Bocchi and Kita, both have released songs as the vocalist a couple of times. Since we're talking about songs, the lyrics of Seiza ni Naretara by Keisoku Bando included this particular line. Given the context, I would wager that this isn't a coincidence. Let's move on to the locations that are also related to Ajikan. The base of Kesokubando, Starry, which is run by Ichichi's sister, is an actual existing lifehouse, known as Shimokitazawa Shelter. It is one of the most famous lifehouses in Shimokitazawa, and is somewhere that Ajikan performed a lot during their indie days. Another lifehouse that Bocchi visited was Shinjuku Loft, where Sick Hack's live show took place in episode 10. This popular lifehouse is where Ajikan hosted their first ever music festival, Nano Mugen Fest. The last place I want to touch on is Kanazawa Hake, where Bocchi and Kyori One-san performed on the street. The scene took place in episode 6, titled Hake. The reason why the whole episode is set in Kanazawa Hake, and why Ajikan made a song about that place, is that all 4 members of Ajikan went to the Kanto Gakuin University, more specifically, the Kanazawa Hake campus, which is literally where everything started. Alright, down to the last one, or at least that I'm aware of. If I missed anything, please leave them down in the comments. Okay, here goes. In episode 3, when Bocchi is preparing to go to school and realizes that she might not be an introvert anymore after doing part-time and joining a band, we see 2 swimmers, 2 lobsters, and a middle-aged man congratulating her. It's a scene that flies over most people's heads, because, seriously, the whole show is super random. But not this one. Those weird characters are actually a reference to the music video of Kimi no Machimade. Why? I do not know, because the music video is also pretty random. That's all I have for now. I'm considering making a video about the artists that provided the songs for Bocchi the Rock. Not sure when that's gonna happen. Could be my next video, or whenever season 2 comes out. This has been Cushion. See you next time.